Trust. Right. Google is trying to get users to trust its results. The reason being is that, as Johnny well knows, that Google's under threat with a lot of directories, a lot of other search engines, a lot of niche markets and stuff like that. It's under a lot of threat, and there's a lot of people who are trying to spam its index. So the one thing it tries to do is get users to trust its results. If Google can strengthen its position by being a trusted source for information, then it will survive. So how can it trust its results? How can it get users to trust it? Relevancy. Obviously, your site content's got to be good. Your popularity. Yeah, and Access is very popular. There's the people here. Obviously, Access is quite relevant as well. So it's a theme of sort of like groups of people and things. It's doing this by discounting paid links, some paid links, not all of them. Quality and professional referral links, things like directories and stuff like that. It is actually quite happy to see you in those sorts of places. So when people say, don't pay for links, be careful, because there's a lot of links out there which you can get and you should be using, which will really help you. Quality. Come over here.
Like your mouse.
Yeah, this is. Don't buy the Technica stuff from Tesco's. Actually, not that good. On page is back, and it really is back. They went through a stage whereby you could go and do 1,000 sites linking to you and all this sort of business, but now it's all about. Where have we gone? It's all about the quality of the stuff that's actually on your page, the quality of the code, the quality. It's very apt that Bjorn was asking about the quality of the CMS system. If the quality of the website isn't any good, then you can forget anywhere near page 1. Yeah, alone top spot. Most importantly, don't try and cheat Google. Don't try and beat it. Use it. Don't try and cheat it, whatever you do. You'll find me, if you ever sort of go onto the Google Webmaster Help Group or some of the other ones like SEO Chat, you'll find me on there more often than not, at least once a day. And it's interesting, the biggest plea for help in search engine optimization, what do you think it is? At the moment, what do you think it could be?
Leave me alone, I'm trying to sleep. Stop phoning me.
Could be, yeah, no. Anybody want to hazard a guess? My site has disappeared. Where have I gone? All these people are complaining that the businesses have been built up on the internet, and all of a sudden, it goes. It vanishes. And they can't understand why. And then they start blaming Google, they start blaming everybody else. And quite often, it's one of 3 things I'm finding. One is that they've been using black hat techniques, they've been using hidden text and things like that, or they've been using link farms or whatever else. And they've finally been discovered, and then they're being penalised. The second one, which is quite an interesting one, and there's quite a few people who have been helping out since Christmas actually with this one. Unintentional black hat. They didn't realise that they were doing it. And this is a really, really common one.
Like what would be unintentional black hat?
Well, this is the most common one I'm seeing at the minute. You've got a site whereby you've got a nice white background, and you've got a lovely graphic sort of a background image, like a nice textured or linear gradient sort of background, and then you're sticking white text on top of it. The trouble is that Google can't see the image. Google doesn't know that it's a dark shaded image. It just sees that you've got white text on a white background, and all of a sudden you're coming under black hat. And it's so common. I must see one a night at the minute. If I go onto Google, onto the Google Webmaster Help Group or SEO Chat or any of those ones, the first thing I look for now is that. And just about every single site I'm coming across has got this problem. They solve that, and usually within a couple of days, they're seeing some sort of improvement. They never get straight back to where they were, because Google comes back to this thing, trust. If Google can't trust you, then you're not going to get a high ranking. It's as simple as that.
You're fixing it by putting a background colour in.
Yeah, the way to do it is to either change the way you're doing it, or behind the image, make sure in your CSS or something, you're just putting the fact that the colour should be black, and of course the image will overlay on top of that anyway. That's all you need to do. It's very simple.
It's actually good practice to put the colour in anyway.
It is.
Because if someone can't see your images, then they're not going to see your text.
That's right. But the most amazing thing is the number of people who don't do that.
Yeah.
And it is a black hat technique. It's one of Google's things they're looking for. And of course most people are doing it on one of the main tags, which is your heading tags. It's just like, you're just shooting yourselves in the foot. Grey hat techniques discounted. Another reason why sites suddenly plummet. One day they're there, and then something which might have been a bit dodgy before, like buying text links. We've all done that. We've all gone to a directory or whatever and thought, can I buy a link off this site? The new one, text link advertising, that's gone out the window. The new one that's now being discounted is blogs. The reason being is that all those search engine people that are promising to get you to the top of Google and this, that, and the other, they've moved away from links, and they're now looking for somewhere else where they can market all these sites. So instead of having 1,000 text link adverts on different sites, they're now looking for the blogs. So they're using something called blog comment spam. So you're entering your details into blogs. Forums is the old one, which is some forums are used. Some forums are okay, others aren't. Blogs generally are now being discounted because so many people are abusing the system. The whole point of a blog is to create an author and decent content side of the system. But people are now using blogs, and there's paid blog authors now that will go around. You can pay them £700, and they'll just write all about you, and give you a nice link because they've got a nice high-ranking PR page rank. So be careful when you're doing your search engine marketing. Be careful with blogs, because they're the one that's going to be hit next, or currently are, and article sites as well. Right, crawling, indexing, ranking.
Doing a blog then?
Yes, but don't expect. When I say you're not going to get penalised by doing a blog, it's just the link that you get from it won't have the same sort of weight that it did.
But it's quite
a while ago.
In time, isn't
it is.
To keep it up, so perhaps you'd be better investing it in something else that's less time consuming.
It depends where your blog is. I mean, it depends what your blog looks like. Google's algorithms are very, very, very advanced, and it'll look at the blog, and the algorithm within it will say, hey, you've got 50 links going off it, all different sorts of non-related sites. Then it'll straight away go, well, I'm just going to ignore that one. If there's only 1 or 2 links in there and it's relevant to the content, and you're not overdoing the links, then I would suggest that you're probably going to get some sort of weighting from that.